Welcome back to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at MarketSite, we have TJ Gilligan. He's the executive director of alternative data and analytics over at IHS Markit. We're going to focus on how asset managers are really diving deep into alt data. TJ, it's great to have you join me on set at MarketSite. And what is alt data? It seems to be such a catchword out there now, but what exactly is that?
Thanks for having me, Jill. So, I mean, alternative data is, for lack of a better term, such a big buzzword right now, right? Everybody's kind of talking about it. I think, at IHS Markit and broadly, with conversations we have, we try to demystify that a bit. So you've got traditional content sets and data and information that's made its way into the investment process. And then you've got a lot of new, sort of the exhaust, for lack of a better term, that comes out of a lot of different industries and different content sets that are not traditional. So those are data sets that we talk about as alternative. And then within the context of that, you've got structured content and unstructured content. So they both can kind of sit within that alternative data sphere. But ultimately, it's the structured data that's been normalized, mapped back to ISINs and CDALs, has historical context to it and time series. Those are the ones that more practically, folks are going to be spending more time in, and then also, more investors can get access to.
Is that what's called clean data?
Clean data, I guess you could say, yeah. So I look at the unstructured world as sort of the future content sets that could come online.
Got it. Okay, so asset managers, I would imagine they're excited about this because everyone kind of has the same fundamental models, they all have the same quant models, but all data allows you to interpret it based on how you see fit.
Yeah, I think there's just a willingness to, especially in more recent times, with the barriers to entry with new technologies, so that maybe this was the world of true quantitative research going back 10 years, 15 years. Technology now today makes it a little more accessible for data science teams to crop up at the fundamental managers as well and synthesize this information for a variety of different use cases. So in the conversations we have, you could have a content set that's used in one firm one way or for one team one way. And then has a completely different, risk use case over here and an alpha use case over there. So I think for that reason, customers are excited about any kind of new angle to look at this.
What sectors do you think are performing the best, or what's alt data utilized the most for?
Yeah, so alt data that certainly has, where we're working with the most clients and kind of having the most conversations is going to be where there's a depth of coverage and you have sort of universal coverage across global equities or very deep domain expertise within a specific industry, be it energy, be it automotive, be it technology. But broadly, content sets and even technical data sets that really cover all of global equities with significant time series are where you're going to have the most penetration in the market.
Are you seeing implementation challenges with legacy systems and the new technology that needs to come on?
Yeah, I think half of it's bringing data to the market and obviously working with various customers and folks in this world. The other half is how well the research is being conducted. So the extent that teams can really engage in the process of trialing data, to looking at it, and really bring white papers front and center, kind of hand-holding clients, building that trust, building that rapport, so that clients are kind of engaging with you and wanting to engage with you on deep dives and tell me more about this energy content that you have, this automotive, where does this get collected from? Data dictionaries, white papers around how we may have already started investing it as a way to sort of start the conversation off. So I think the more you can help folks during that trial process, the more all of those resources being spent on both the client side and obviously the vendor side are going to reach a mutually beneficial result, right? So I think we spend a lot of time on helping folks with the process of research so that it obviously all bears fruit at the end of the day.
All right, TJ, thank you so much for joining us at MarketSite. And thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino.